usual carrot. He stretches, yawns, and says in his cool voice, Bugs. Ah, nothing like a quiet day in the forest. No hunters, no trouble. Just me and my carrot. What's up, Doc? Just then, a loud quacking echoes in the distance. Daffy Duck comes rushing in, feathers flapping, eyes bulging with annoyance. Daffy. Quiet day. Not when I am around. I, Daffy Duck, am the true star of this show. Everyone's tuning in for me. Bugs, calmly. Huh, I wouldn't be so sure, Duck. The audience is here for the laughs, and you always crack 'em up. Mostly by accident. Daffy fumes, crossing his wings. Daffy. Accident? I'll have you know my comedy is sophisticated, classy, and perfectly timed. Bugs. Sure, sure. Keep telling yourself that. The hunting season gag. Suddenly, Elmer Fudd sneaks onto the scene with his shotgun, tiptoeing carefully. He whispers, Elmer, shh, I'm hunting wobbits. Daffy's eyes light up. He quickly jumps in front of Elmer. Daffy, no, it's duck season. Shoot the duck, not the rabbit. Bugs pops out of his rabbit hole, smirking. Bugs, duck season? Nah, it's rabbit season, Doc. Back and forth they go. Daffy. Rabbit season. Bugs. Duck season. Daffy. Rabbit season. Bugs. Duck season. Finally, Bugs switches it up. Bugs. Okay, fine. Duck season. Daffy, without thinking. Yeah, rabbit season. Wait a minute. Boom! Elmer's gun goes off, blasting Daffy's beak sideways. Daffy shakes his head, beak spinning back in place. Daffy, angrily. You're despicable. Bugs leans casually on his carrot. Bugs. Don't worry, Duck. At least you're good target practice. The stage performance. Later, the scene changes to a theater stage. A red curtain rises. Bugs, dressed in a tuxedo, bows gracefully. Bugs, good evening, ladies and gentle rabbits. Tonight's show is filled with culture, class, and a little comedy. Daffy barges in, wearing a top hat and shiny shoes. Daffy, culture? Ha, the audience doesn't want that. They want a showstopper. They want me. He begins an exaggerated tap dance, feathers flying, sweat dripping. Bugs munches a carrot, unimpressed. Then with a sly grin, Bugs signals the orchestra to switch the music. Suddenly, the elegant tune turns into a polka. Daffy tries to adjust, but slips, tumbles across the stage, and ends up headfirst in a tuba. His muffled voice comes out of the brass. Daffy, this is sabotage. Get me out of here. Bugs bows again to the roaring audience. Bugs, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to tip your rabbit on the magic show. Next, Bugs appears in a magician's cape with a wand. Daffy, reluctantly, is his assistant. Bugs, ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be amazed. For my next trick, I shall make this duck disappear. Daffy gulps. Daffy, disappear? Me? Oh no, I'm too important. You can't make me disappear. Bugs waves his wand. With a puff of smoke, Daffy vanishes. The crowd gasps. Bugs smiles and tips his hat. Suddenly, Daffy's voice echoes from inside Bugs's hat. Daffy, hey, it's dark in here. Let me out. Bugs shakes the hat, and Daffy pops out covered in stars. Bugs, and for my next trick, making the duck look ridiculous. Daffy, I don't need help for that. The chase scene. Later, Daffy decides he's had enough of Bugs's tricks. Daffy, that's it, Rabbit. You've embarrassed me for the last time. Prepare yourself for a duck's revenge. He grabs a net and starts chasing Bugs around the forest. Bugs, of course, stays cool and calm. He takes wrong turns, leads Daffy into trees, over cliffs, and even into his own trap. At one point, Bugs stops, looks at the camera, and says, Bugs, you know, this guy makes it too easy. Daffy falls into a pit covered in mud and shouts angrily. Daffy, this isn't over, Rabbit. The duck always gets the last laugh. Bugs leans over the hole, munching his carrot. Bugs, hey, could have fooled me, Doc. The grand finale. At the end, both Bugs and Daffy end up back on stage together. Daffy, tired and covered in bruises, insists. Daffy, one more chance. Just give me one more chance to prove I'm the star. He pulls out fireworks, juggling pins, and tries to perform a big finale. Instead, everything goes haywire. Fireworks shoot in all directions, the stage collapses, and Daffy ends up dangling from a rope with soot all over his face. The audience bursts into laughter and applause. Bugs walks out calmly, bows, and says his classic line, "Bugs, hey, what's up, Doc? Looks like the show's over. Thanks for watching. And remember, don't take life too seriously, especially if you're a duck." Daffy, still dangling, mutters, "Daffy, you're despicable." The curtain closes.